Cozy is a free rental property management software. I've been using it as my primary property management software for several years, and I've recommended this software to several other rental property investors in certain situations. Today, I want to go through some of the key features of Cozy, when Cozy might make sense for you as a rental property owner, and then some platforms that I think could potentially complement Cozy or replace Cozy in certain situations. I'm Kirby Atwell from Living Off Rentals, where we believe high quality rental properties are the best investments a person can make. It's really important to have a property management system that matches your organization. So this is not going to be a one size fits all type of thing. Also, I think it's super important for people to understand that you really need to map out your process, including your property management process, before applying automation. A lot of times people think that if they just get the coolest new software that it's going to solve all their problems, but it's important to understand the outcomes that you want in your business and kind of backwards plan that process and then apply the automation. So it's true with Cozy, it's true with any other type of automation that you're going to apply. That being said, let's dive in. All right, so I want to start with the things that I love about this software. First off, did I mention that it is free? So that's what I love the most probably about it, since I'm frugal or cheap, you could call it, I guess. But this software is totally free. And I do want to mention though that it was just purchased by apartments.com, as you can see up here in the top of the screen. And so I don't know how long it will stay free. You know, it's free right now, but apartments.com bought it for $68 million. And I'm guessing they're going to probably want to make some money back on their investment. So who knows what the pricing model will be in the future, but for the last few years that I've used it, I haven't paid one penny to Cozy for their services. The way they make their money is they charge the tenants for the screenings that they do on the tenants. And I think they sell some insurance products too. So the second thing that I love about this, and this is why I recommend it to so many people, is just the simple interface to use. You know, it's extremely intuitive to find what you're looking for. Every now and then, you're not going to be able to find something, but for the most part, you can usually find really quickly exactly what it is you're looking for and do just all the day-to-day stuff. So it's easy to load a property in here. And then once you do, you've got all your properties listed here. You can upload a picture like I did to each property. And so you can scan through and very quickly see, you know, which property you want to do something with. You can see your payments. You can see listings here. You know, what payments are coming in. You know, once you create the property, your listing will pop up and then you can share it. You know, you'll share it across all the platforms, again, for free. And obviously it's going to go out to apartments.com and it'll go to all the other major platforms as well. And then once people see it, they'll click on your listing. And then once they want to move forward with it, they can click on a link there and fill out the application. And then the applications come in here. And then once you like the person who's applied, you can invite them to be screened. And again, then they pay for the screening, and Cozy will do the background check and the credit check on them. Your tenants, once they move in, they can send their maintenance requests here. You can record expenses manually. I don't think anyone uses that. I don't know why you'd want to do accounting in here. Everything's manual. It's like pretty primitive, but yeah, for the most part, all the main steps in managing a property are in here. They're extremely intuitive. And so for a mom and pop type investor, it's perfect and easy to use right out of the gate. Now, the second thing that I love about this software is that they have automated rent collection. So when you're talking to a tenant, you know, I always tell them my system allows you to set up automatic payments. So they're going to come out of your account digitally and automatically before the first of the month. And so I ask them, are you willing to set up automatic payments? And if they say no, then that's a sign, you know, that your tenant probably, you know, why wouldn't they want automatic payments to come out? You know, so that's a bad sign for me. It's another screening tool for me that allows me to say, okay, what's the reason here? The only reason I can think of that you don't want automatic payments is that you're not planning to pay at some point. So I make sure they're willing to opt into that. And then the other thing that they can opt into is the rent reporting on their credit report. So this helps them because as a tenant, a lot of times you don't have a lot of opportunities to build your credit. You don't have a mortgage that's going to build up your credit, but by paying your rent on time every month, it will be reported through Cozy to your credit report, and it'll help that tenant build their credit. And again, it's free to use. And I always tell the tenant up front, I tell them about this feature and ask them if they're willing to opt in to this feature. And if they are, then that's another good sign that they're planning to pay. If they say, no, I would not opt into automatic rent reporting on my credit, because when they miss a payment, it's obviously going to show up on their credit and it's going to destroy their credit. If they're not willing to do that, again, it's a great screening tool to know that you have somebody who's not planning to pay their rent. So those are great features as well. It doesn't have to be automatic payments. You can pay digitally, just one-off here and there. And then finally, it will allow you to force the tenant to show proof of renter's insurance. So, that's when you're uploading the lease in here, you can click that you need to show proof of renter's insurance as they're setting up their profile. So that way you can ensure that they always have renter's insurance on their stuff in case, the unit burns down, all their stuff is covered in the unit. So another great feature there. Late fees. This is another big problem for mom and pop landlords. A lot of times you have a relationship with the tenant, and so they'll call you and say, okay, sorry, I'm late, 6-7 days here, and you feel bad about charging them a late fee. You're like, yeah, no problem, at least you're paying, and so you don't charge the late fee. But by doing that, you're setting this precedence that there's no incentive for them to pay on time ever again, because there was no late fee. There's no consequence to not paying on time, so why would they pay on time? So you can set up automatic late fees on, I usually have it, I think on the 5th of the month or 6th of the month, so that it's in the lease. They know that there's automatic late fees. And then I tell them again up front, this system that I have, it automatically takes the late fees out. So I have no control over it. If you don't pay by the 6th of the month, whatever the reason is, it's going to take a late fee out of whatever it is that you agree to up front. So that way you don't ever have to feel bad about the late fees coming out. They're always going to be incentivized to pay before that late fee comes out, and it's just done automatically. It's charged to their account and they have to pay it. And so it's another great feature there. So overall, I like the platform a lot. I haven't been able to find automatic lease signing through here. I usually just send it through DocuSign, and then I just upload it here when I'm creating the property profile. But overall it's a great platform. And the one thing that I like to remind people of is that this is not, like I said in the beginning, it's not a one size fits all. And so this platform, I think, is perfect for people who own like 10 properties or less. There's softwares out there like Buildium or Yardi or some other ones. I used Buildium for a while, and it's a fantastic property management tool. Like, it's made for property managers. So, but you're going to pay a few $1,000s a month, or I'm sorry, a few $1,000s a year for this platform. So it's not super cheap. And I would say I used probably 40% of the functionality, because I don't manage 100 properties. So I don't need all of the sophistication that it brings. And it was a lot harder to find what I needed to do. I typically, on a day-to-day basis, I needed to do simple things. And it's kind of like, a really advanced CRM platform where it takes a lot of time to learn the actual system and find exactly what it is you're looking for. So I would recommend Cozy for, up to 10 properties. And then once you have over 10 properties, you might want to start investing in something a little more sophisticated. Now, there's other platforms that are coming out on a daily basis. So Cozy is not the only one. This is a great platform, but at the same time, it's not the end all be all. So there's other platforms that will complement this, like Stessa is a great one for tracking your finances. And then there's a new one that just recently came out called Zebo.co. I had the founder on the podcast. He's a great guy. And it's got a little bit different functionality. It's a lot more robust for tracking your financials, and it does a lot of the same things that Cozy does, but it kind of takes it a step further. So I'm excited to dive into that one as well, and I think that one could replace Cozy in a lot of situations or be a good complement to it. So hopefully this was helpful as you're figuring out the best option for you for, your property management software. If it was, give me a thumbs up. Also, you can hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. You can join our Facebook group, the Living Off Rentals Facebook group. It's a great group. Lots of engaged investors in there. So join, ask your question, leave your comment. I hope to see you there. If not, I will see you in the next video.